Hey guys, it's James Hanson here. So I've decided to actually do videos talking about my running journey over the past 7 years. And as you guys would have seen previously, I started with 2013 and 2014. 2013 being when I won my first international race at the Hong Kong Diamond Mile, and 2014 being my breakthrough in the Open National Championships, where I finished fifth in the race behind some of the guys that I'd always looked up to, Jeff Risley, Ryan Gregson. And, you know, for me, everything seemed like it was going perfectly in those years. I was a kid from Tassie. I was used to obviously going to nationals and running junior nationals, and we were always expected to come last. And I always had that expectation that being from Tassie, that's what I'd be. And I had people that believed in me and showed me how to train properly and showed me how to do things at a level I never thought was possible. And it ended up in me being able to go to new levels and being able to compete with some of these guys that, I didn't think I'd ever be able to compete with. And where I am now in my journey is 2015. So midway through 2014, everything changed for me. That was the year that I had a major incident happen in my life, which, if you've read my blog post before, you'll know that's when I actually found my faith, and my life radically changed from that point. And also, the incident that I had a real impact on my running. My physical body was actually impacted from this incident that I had. And my PB in 2014 for the 1500 was 341. My first race after I'd had this incident that happened was 410 for the 1500. So I was 29 seconds off what I'd previously ran for 1500, which is massive. That is a massive difference. And I started to think maybe I won't be able to ever do this again. Maybe I'll never be able to get back to the high level that I was at. And I had to accept that. And for me, I thought maybe that was part of my faith journey. Maybe this was God showing me that I wasn't ever meant to do running anyway. But I kept progressing, I kept training, and halfway through that year, I actually moved from Sydney to Melbourne to train with Jeff Risley. And I was overweight. I was, even though I'd had my faith journey, I was still a lost kid. Still loved to party, still loved to do what I did. And I went to Falls Creek in January 2015. Overweight, not in good shape, not really believing in myself, but still having that desire to be the best I could be. And 2015 was a real challenging year for me. I ran my first week. I was overweight, as I said. I ran my first race after Falls Creek, and that was a major, major breakthrough for me. This is the race that I'm going to show you guys after I finish talking. But where you'll see me finishing this race was where I was most of the year, towards the back. Somebody with no confidence at all. Somebody that really didn't believe they were good enough, and at the time I wasn't good enough. And anyway, that race that I'll show you guys was my breakthrough, because that proved to me, even though I was nearly last in that race, it proved to me that I actually could run. I could actually run at a high level again. But that whole year, nearly every single race I did, I would finish right at the back of the field. I was nowhere near where I was, and that was the year that I ended up breaking the beer mile world record. So I'd found my faith journey, and then after not running very well, I was like, I want that glory, I want that feeling of being good. And I knew that there was an opening in the beer mile. I'd seen some of the videos on YouTube that people had done, and I'd known since a young age that if I really went after the beer mile, I could probably break that world record. And so I decided to do it, and we filmed the video. There was a lot of controversy around it because I spilled some of my beers, so it was never officially eradicated that it was the world record. But my name went out to the world. That YouTube video had over 55,000 views on YouTube. I went on this All Athletics website where it was showing all the top names of most popular athletes, and my name was up there with Usain Bolt, Michelle Janicki, and then it was my name. And I was like, man, this has always been my dream for my name to be known. The reality was my name was being known for for drinking piss, for being someone that could run and could drink piss. And the reality was that's where my life was at. I'd found my faith, but I was doing two things that were opposite of a spectrum. I had faith, and I had running, which, you look at those two and you go, how do they interconnect? And don't get me wrong, I have nothing against beer miles. I have nothing against people going out drinking. What I do have something against is people that live two lives, which is what I was doing. And I'll never forget, and this is in my blog, I'll never forget the day that I went and saw my my mentor and the guy that I see for sports massage, Gary Maridis. And anybody who knows Gary will just know that he's one of the most incredible people that you'll ever meet. There's nothing that Gary can't fix, and I mean that. Like, saying that Gary's a sports massage therapist does not do him justice. Gary was there for Kathy Freeman's whole career. I don't think she had any soft tissue injuries. With Gaz massaging her, he can fix anything. And the most important thing is he's not someone that does stuff just with your body. He can work on your mind, and he can completely transform who you are as a person. And that day I went to see Gary, I'd actually been invited to do the Beer Mile World Championships. And I was so excited about it because I knew that my running wasn't going that well. And I knew that Beer Mile, I could be one of the best in the world, if not the best in the world, and be crowned the world champion. But Gary really challenged me that day, and he said to me, Jimmy, what do you want to be? Do you want to be known as a Pissport, or do you want to be known as an Olympian? And I didn't believe that Olympics was even a possibility at this stage because my running was so far off. And I was actually hurt. I was hurt by what he said. And he pretty much said, if you do the Beer Mile, I'm not going to support you anymore. And I was thinking, maybe I just walk away from this person that's helped me so much because I want to do what I want to do, and I want to get the glory that I can get through this. But I went and I thought about it, and I prayed, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to be true to what I'm becoming. I'm going to let go of this thing that I think gives me glory, and I'm going to fight to try to be the best runner I can be, and not hide behind this half truth of who I am as a person, and try to be the best that I can be. So I'd already had my flights booked to this Beer Mile Classic, and I had to pull out of that, which was a really hard thing to do. But looking back on it, it was one of the most important decisions that I ever made in my life, because it's when I drew drew a line in the sand, and I decided I'm going to be true to who I really am as a person. So what I want to do now is I want to show you the video from 2015, and I want to take you to where I was in my journey in 2015. A kid with no confidence, finishing at the back of the fields. So I'm in the pink in this race, so enjoy.
And there it is on the screen, Jeff Risley. Look at those PBs.
Yes. I'm excited, Lynchy.
I'm already excited. He doesn't need to do any work.
Good luck, mate. Have a good run, and they're off.
All right, here we go. So the final event of the evening, our pacemaker will take up the running, and that looks like Joshua Johnson is taking up the running, and Joshua Wright also going well. So we come down to the first 300 metres, and Clark is taking the pace up there, right in second, hip number 5, and hip number 10 there is Philo Saunders, the 39-year-old from the ACT, running well. Josh Wright there, New South Wales in second place there in the white, Saunders in the blue. Risley there now going past Philo Saunders, and Brenton Rowe sort of hanging on there, hip number 11, and also Joshua Johnson from ACT moving up. So Brenton Rowe in front, 500 metres to go, into the front straight for the second last time. The man in black taking the field through, right in second, and Risley, here he goes, making his move on the outside there in the fluoro yellow. So it's Brenton Rowe out in front, Risley in second, Josh Wright there dropping back in third. So it's Rowe out in front, and here goes Risley up on his shoulder with 300 metres to go. Full of running there out in front, Wright trying to go with him as he goes up on Brenton Rowe, who tries to battle on there in second place, but finding hard to hang on. So out in front, 200 metres to go, it's Risley. starting 2015 in great shape and puts down the burners and takes off again there. So he moves away there from Ride Forthorpe up on Brenton Rowe's shoulder there to take over in third, fourth place. But Risley, with 15 metres to go, is looking fantastic. So Jeff Risley, the Australian 1,000 metre record holder, starts 2015 in great shape, 3:39.80. Easy win there in the end. And Ride and Rowe across the line there in second and third. Great way to finish the Under Track Classic for 2015 with a comfortable victory there from Jeff Risley.
So I guess what I want to challenge you on after that video is, who as a person are you right now? You know, where are you in your life right now? Are you like me? Are you hiding behind something else because you're insecure and because you want to feel good, but the reality is, you know, that's not who you really are? Because what I want to challenge you on is that, you know, the year I made that decision in who I am as a person and what my identity was the year that I was well at the back and well far from being where the glory was. But I made that decision in myself, and you don't have to be where you need to be to become that person that you are. You know, you just need to make a decision that you're going to start living true to who you really are as a person. So I want to hopefully challenge if it's anyone, if it's one person that's watching this video right now, I want to challenge you that to walk out of this video and go, how do I change today? How do I live a life that's authentic to who I really am? Because that's what's going to be attractive to people, and that's when you're going to really find fulfillment in your life. So I'll have another video for you next week, and it's been a long video, but thanks to anyone who stuck by and watched the whole thing. Cheers.